Oh, hello gang! Well, welcome to the Orion Bowl, week 1. Week 1, it's finally here. I am going to try and do these videos on a Saturday where I can. I've left it kind of last minute, I appreciate that. But come on, it's only going to take 5 minutes for you to watch through this, so just, yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, so, week by week, I'm going to be doing an Orion Bowl roundup. Welcome to the Orion Bowl News Roundup. So, first up in the news, a lot of people questioned Baltimore Ravens drafting Leonard Fournette again. And they are still doing so after Len went for less than ideal 32 rushing yards, 27 receiving. Will the Burt stubbornness continue? Will they continue to put Big Len in that running back position? I don't know is the answer. Speaking as Burt Green, head coach for the Baltimore Ravens, I can say probably not if he continues those kind of numbers. So, and then we've got LeVeon Bell going to the Ravens, both in real life and in fantasy. So after a disastrous training session, like the Ravens lost another running back. I think they lost their left tackle as well. But they lost running back Gus Edwards. So they've already lost Dobbins for the season. So the Ravens have picked up LeVeon Bell. This has prompted the Baltimore Ravens to make the same move in the Orion Bowl because LeVeon Bell will likely not take too long to get to RB1 in the depth chart. Now, don't get me wrong, Lamar Jackson poaching touchdowns is still a legitimate concern for the Baltimore Ravens, but I feel like he's going to be better than Big Len at this point. So, yeah, it might be time to give Len the old heave-ho and put Bell in his place. CD Lamb has paid off big for the team with no Namath in week 1. On Thursday night's games, the 5th round draft pick has paid dividends, going for an impressive 104 yards and 1 touchdown. He's already paid for himself considering that draft position and has really given Namath a solid start in their matchup against the Baltimore Ravens. But Gronkowski responded in turn. Rob Gronkowski for the Ravens has... He went for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, right? Now, considering that Coach Burt, me, picked him up, round 10, 79th overall pick, to be rewarded this handsomely so early on is fantastic. It almost made up for the fact that Big Len did very poorly. But if you look at the numbers here, this matchup is coming down to the wire, folks. It really is. I mean, don't get me wrong. The team with no Namath, they are coming to play. They have got Calvin Ridley, who is a real threat because he's in a very pass-heavy offense and he is #1 wide receiver. Ridley, Gaskin, Gibson the dark horse for the Washington team. He could do some serious damage to the Ravens. But Baltimore Ravens also have Patrick Mahomes. Julio Jones could be a dark horse here because Julio Jones is an elite level wide receiver. Don't forget that. And AJ Brown has been limited. So he's going to play, but how many reps is he going to play? And is he going to be limited at all? We've got Jonathan Taylor for the Indianapolis Colts, who's been highly touted as a good running back this year. He was very good last year. DK Metcalf. Metcalf is a very good play because obviously my opponent, the team with no Namath, they are putting in their QB as Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson just throws touchdown after touchdown to Metcalf, then that's going to mitigate any points from his quarterback. It's how smart managers win ball games, says the guy with his team in the toilet. Ugh. Anyway, my pick for that one, I still think that the team with no Namath have got a lot of quality on their team. I feel like they're probably going to edge me somewhere. And also, Leonard Fournette didn't go down with a season-ending injury, so I've only got one other running back. One of my running backs will go down with a season-ender week 1. So that's now going to be Taylor, isn't it? So I'm not going to get any points from Taylor because he's going to go out with a torn ACL in the first quarter, and the team with no Namath will pick up a solid first-week victory. Congratulations, team with no Namath. You deserve it. Poor Taylor. But yeah, so then we've got Dak. They played a risky strategy week 1 versus the Legion of Hope. We've got all their numbers up here. Feel free to peruse. So in a strange turn of events, Dak has played a starting QB versus his own defense. Luckily, Brady was excellent, has put up enough points for it to just about pay off. 29.16 off 2 players is okay. Probably about average when you consider that he's played one of his power positions. And we will see if it was enough because the Legion arrives in force on Sunday. Because, I mean, the Legion are a really solid team on paper. I mean, take a look at that lineup. It's, you know, Aaron Rodgers, Mixon. Okay, Mixon, I've never been a huge fan of Mixon, but good God, Dalvin Cook, Hopkins, Thielen, Kittle. Yeah, the Ravens D, I don't know, they've got a few holes in, but I mean, to be fair, I think whilst he's not in the starting lineup right now, Saquon Barkley will probably be a start for Baby Got Dak because he has been confirmed as being in the starting lineup. So, you know, him and Nick Chubb, that could do some real damage. That's going to be a hella close game. But I am picking the Legion because the Legion are very hard to pick against when you look at the quality that they have in their team. Don't get me wrong, I think Baby Got Dak did the best in the draft. I think they really did. But when you look at kind of, obviously Dalvin Cook was a keeper. Dalvin Cook is just, he's a scary, scary proposition, isn't he? And the Gorillas are off to a rocky start versus the Harlots. So basically, the Dennis Stray Gorillas, they were relying a lot on Ezekiel Elliott in week 1. And wow, did he put up a stinker. You know what I mean? He's just, how many yards was it? Not many. Yeah. 33 rushing yards, 6 receiving, no touchdowns. Woof. And the Harlots kicker put up kicker numbers, so that's perfectly okay for the Harlots. That is definitely first blood to the Harlots. Now playing in San Diego, I believe. They had to move stadiums, but the Harlots wide receiver core in particular, look at those receivers. Adams and Diggs, that is a fantastic wide receiver core. And after Zeke's subpar performance, the Harlots, I think, are going to run away with this one. So I'm picking the Harlots to beat the Gorillas week 1. And then we have got the Suns, the coach's Suns, the reigning, defending champions, going up against the Indianapolis Colts. Now, there are no players on Thursday for either of these players, so this one is still absolutely wide open. 2 of the best teams in the league. This clash is going to be absolutely epic. But look at the Colts. Look at that lineup. They've got Henry, Harris, and Hill. Damn, what a trio that is. Mark Andrews is no slouch either at tight end. Finns D? Why? I mean, I don't know. Actually, the Finns D, they're probably going to do all right against New England. But I think New England have a slight bounce back this year. I really do. Because I don't think that Bill Belichick will allow them to suck for too long. The Suns could cash in on Hell Yeah's second year. Okay, he decided to draft Clyde Edwards Hell Yeah. Now, he was okay in year 1, but for me, he wasn't worth a high draft pick. 3rd round, 24th overall, to me, that's too high for a running back who did bang average numbers last year. But let's be fair, it's not about what he did last year, it's about what he does this year. And you know what? The coach's Suns are the champs for a reason. They know what the fuck they're talking about. They really do. So you know what? If they've seen something in Clyde Edwards, hell yeah. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me to see him go for big numbers this year. But let's be fair, he's also got Christian McCaffrey as well, plus Gordon, who I really hope concedes his RB1 position to Williams very soon. That's selfish of me, of course. But I think the Colts upset the reigning champs here. Look at that lineup. Look at it. I don't understand how he's going to lose a game. I think the predictions are terrible on the app because I don't think they've predicted him winning many games. But look at that lineup. That is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. You've got Derrick Henry. You've got Kyler Murray, that's a solid starting quarterback. Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, obviously that's an unproven commodity, but being the number 1 back in Pittsburgh. Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Mark Andrews, Johnson. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of the kicker, and the Dolphins D's could be left to be desired, but I mean, yeah, I am taking the Colts to get the upset week 1, and we'll see how all those picks panned out next week. Guys, best of luck to all of you. I am so happy that the season is back. And yeah, I'm looking forward to pulling my team up out of the toilet and hopefully going from worst to first. We will see how that all starts panning out over the next few weeks. But yeah, it's great to be back. And yeah, until next week, just, you know, I hope that all your points come in where you need them. I hope your points stay off your bench. And yeah. See you next time.